Hi, I'm Denny Van. I live with severe food sensitivities.
I'm Chef Ken, and I teach people with food sensitivities how to cook.
Welcome to the Food Sensitives Podcast. Welcome back to the Food Sensitives Podcast. We are in for a treat today, Chef. Today, we're going to be talking with Jeffrey Reynolds. And Jeff Reynolds is a YouTuber, a podcaster, video editor, musician. I want to talk about that. Chiropractor, and over 1 billion views and over 1 million subscribers on his collective YouTube channels. And we kind of stumbled upon you with your broccoli episode. Love it. So we want to talk a little bit about your journey as a YouTuber when it comes to food sensitivities, and also you're a chiropractor. And are you a practicing chiropractor?
I'm not right now. I keep my license current, but I stopped practicing about 6 years ago, almost 5.5 to 6, as one of my YouTube channels just really exploded. And I just decided to focus entirely on that.
Excellent. And some of your work that you've done with DreamWorks Animation and creating videos for Awesomeness TV with over 1 million subscribers. So with all the work you do on YouTube, what's your favorite?
Oh my gosh, I've never actually been asked that question before. I really enjoy creating narrative stories, action. I create a lot of action videos using Nerf guns, and that's on my channel called Happy Family 1004. It's a different channel, but it's basically like action movies with Nerf guns.
It's way across the board, all of the stuff that you do. So
Yeah.
with all of the stuff that you do, I also have a media company where you're editing and creating. What's your least favorite?
I don't know if I really have a least favorite, to tell you honestly. I mean, I enjoy all of it, and I think that's what helps in part to be successful is you've got to enjoy what you do, right? Because you got
Absolutely.
to, and in my opinion, to be successful, you're going to have to spend a lot of time and many hours doing it. So if you're hating what you're doing, then it's probably not going to work.
I love that response. That's an awesome response. And so we were checking out your broccoli one, and we noticed that you do have in your kitchen YouTube channel that you have some recipes that are gluten-free.
Mhm.
And can you talk more about that? Because we are the Food Sensitives podcast, and we want to bring awareness to this, and we love that you're doing that.
Oh, okay, great. Since I'm still a licensed chiropractor, I have to go to get my continuing education credits every year. And last year I was taking a class, and this guy, the teacher was teaching about the benefits of sulforaphane in broccoli sprouts and broccoli. And he taught a way of how to make them. And it's a common way to make them, and it just doesn't work for me. And so I actually looked up on YouTube and found another way to make them, and then so I just started making them on my own, and I can do it very easily. So I said, hey, well, let's just make a video on that, and so I made the video, and I make broccoli sprouts all the time, and broccoli sprouts are amazing for you. You know, I don't know how I would say is, are they going to help food sensitivities? But I mean, broccoli sprouts are something that everybody should be making and eating on a regular basis.
Powerful micronutrients. So what is that? Tell us more about that substance that's in there that's beneficial.
Okay, and I'm probably not the best to speak about it, but there are two plant chemicals within inside cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and I think it's mostly concentrated in broccoli. And it's even more concentrated in broccoli sprouts, but it's something called sulforaphane. And actually, sulforaphane doesn't naturally exist in the broccoli. It only is created when the plant is damaged. It's kind of like the plant's own self-protection mechanism. So if an insect or something is attacking the plant, when the cell walls of the plant break down, there's two major chemicals in the plant, which is myrosinase and glucosinolate, I believe. Anyways, they mix together and they form sulforaphane. And so that will probably ward off or kill the insects, but that's a very powerful micronutrient for humans. And you can watch a lot of, there's a lot to learn about it. I mean, one of the biggest people that talk about it is Dr. Rhonda Patrick, and she has a lot of information about it out there. And from what I learned, that it's super concentrated in broccoli sprouts. So if you had 1 teaspoon of it, or 1 teaspoon of broccoli sprouts has the same amount of sulforaphane. Well, let me rephrase that. 1 teaspoon of broccoli sprouts has 100 times the amount of sulforaphane than a cup of broccoli.
Wow. Yeah. So
100
getting it
times.
during that time as it's sprouting, it seems to have its most dense amount of it.
Exactly. So, if you have children, and I have children, and they don't really like eating broccoli, you get that in a shake, and you mix that in a shake, and you're going to, they're going to get 100 times what they get every day.
Absolutely. How old are your kids?
12 and 14.
Do they have any food sensitivities?
I don't know. It's interesting that you ask, and maybe you'd be the right person to ask. Me and my 2 sons all have eczema. My wife doesn't. And I believe that it's something in my diet. I haven't really worked really hard to figure out what it is, but I believe it's got to be something in my diet. One thing I did notice is I'm in Texas, and I'm in San Antonio, and it's somewhat humid here. It's not as bad as, like, let's say Houston or New Orleans or somewhere like that, but it's not as dry as, let's say, the West Coast. But one time we were on the West Coast, and most of my eczema cleared up, and I was surprised. And it mostly comes right around right under my nose where my mustache would be. And if I don't shave there regularly or shave the area regularly, it really gets worse. And when I was out on the West Coast, I wasn't shaving at all, and it seemed to just resolve. So I'm not 100% sure if it's a food sensitivity or if it's something to do with, what it is, but I believe it could, or stress related. I don't know. Maybe you could give me some insight on this.
Absolutely. It could very well be stress related. And I know for my son, he's now 26, and he went through a process of trying to figure out what was causing that eczema.
Mm-hmm.
And he discovered it's corn.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It starts with chicken skin, and then it's usually in the elbows, on the neck, behind the ear.
Mm-hmm.
And he too would have to shave.
Oh, wow.
And it would cause irritation. So he discovered it's corn. And it is a discovery process because everybody's so different. And then recognizing, I'm out here in California and I'm able to not have a response. What's going on? So trying to put those puzzle pieces together is such an individual journey. Yeah. So what are your, yeah.
I was going to say, maybe I wasn't eating corn there either. As far as I've learned, that there are the four major foods that cause it, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, is I believe it's corn, wheat, was it soy, and one other? Can you tell me those?
Could be eggs too. The
Eggs.
protein in eggs could cause it. But for me, soy, I have a response. It kind of looks like symptoms of MS, where the whole right side of my body becomes numb. And I've had I've been soyed, and fortunate my son was there and we were able to switch drivers. But everybody's so different. And do your kids respond the same way with their eczema?
I know one of my sons has it, I believe, behind his ears. Let me ask my wife. Well, where did Robert has eczema as well? Where does he have it?
They have on scalp. They both have on scalp.
Oh, okay. Both of them basically have it on their scalp.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't. It's there for them, and you don't see it as much because it's either on their scalp or behind their ears. So it's not as noticeable as me. And I don't think I wasn't like this. It got maybe in the last 15 years. I'm 50 now, so when I was about 35 is kind of when it started. I mean, and you may believe the same thing. I believe that we can handle a lot of sensitivities, but then at some point your body just can't handle it anymore, and you
And
start having
I've
reactions.
totally, and it's interesting you say like in the last 15 years, because if you think about it, the DNA in corn has changed so much that it's triggering maybe immune responses in many of us,
Mhm.
because now it's incompatible with our own, or it's creating something else. So we have a tendency to avoid anything corn, and it's really hard because we live in the Chicago area
Mhm.
and everything has corn in it. So
Mhm.
definitely, and of the 4 top things that could cause symptoms of that, corn is right there at the top.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, it's very interesting you say that, because I don't feel like I eat corn chips, but I usually eat them organic. I don't know if that still doesn't matter or not. Maybe it
Check the
does.
ingredients if there's any corn oil,
Okay.
corn sugars.
And we try to eat stuff without high
hmm
fructose corn syrup. I mean, I feel like we eat pretty clean, and
I
it may
feel
not
like
be
that.
corn.
Yeah, and we just noticed today we did some shopping, and there's a local Polish sausage company that we were buying their sausage from, and we were going to buy a bunch today, and I quick looked at the ingredients. They added corn syrup. So we had to put it back. We can't eat
No.
that brand anymore. So
Mm.
it's a constant reading of those labels is what we notice.
It's interesting that you also, I think you mentioned chicken skin.
It starts, the reaction starts with the skin becoming like chicken skin.
Oh, okay. I thought you literally meant eating chicken skin.
Oh, gotcha. As soon as my son eats corn, his first reaction is the skin reacts and it feels like chicken or looks like chicken skin, and it goes from there.
Mm, yeah.
Very cool. So you've done broccoli sprouts. Have you tried like radish sprouts or any other sprouts?
I need to make radish sprouts,
I
and
love them. They're my favorite.
okay, I need to try that. And this is a tip for anybody who wants to make YouTube videos, is that whenever you find something that is successful, you want to continue doing things like that. And we had started this channel that I'm talking about called JeffMara Kitchen. That's been up there for a long time, and we don't really post often to it until recently. Um, the rules or the requirements to earn money on YouTube have changed over the years, and one of the newer requirements are that you have to have a certain amount of subscribers, which is, I believe, 1,000 subscribers, and I believe you have to have 4,000 hours watch time, which kind of means the way I can explain it is like if you had a 10-minute video and you had 10 people watch that video for the entire 10 minutes, that means that video's been watched 100 minutes worth of time. That makes so they kind of keep a track of all your videos and how much time people spend on it and add it all up. So anyways, that channel we just would occasionally post it to, but that broccoli video kind of made it explode enough where I'm earning money from it now. So I'm like, oh wow, we're making money. Let's do some more. Let's work on this channel. But how many times? But the problem is how many times can I show someone how to make broccoli sprouts? It's only once. So what else? I don't know what else to do. And I experimented once. I bought some kind of packet of seeds, and it was a mixed microgreens,
I
but
saw that one.
yeah, and that was a total fail. And
Loved it.
someone left me a comment that said that it was Mizuna or something, which I don't even know what that is. I just wanted to grow it. And they said that it's really jelly like. And that's probably part of the problem, was it just the water would never completely drain, and it was always too moist, and it just molded out. It smelled awful. So I just threw it away. But maybe I'm glad I spoke to you, because maybe I just need to go. I think radish seeds are basically the same way as broccoli. Sprouting
Yes.
is the same way. So maybe if I can make that, that'll be another video for
It
traffic.
has a really nice spicy flavor.
That's what I heard. Yes.
It's very good and easy, just like broccoli sprouts to
And
grow. And
broccoli
alfalfa sprouts are good too.
and alfalfa.
hmm
So yeah, I'm with and that channel for anybody who's listening is called JeffMara Kitchen. Again, that's the same branding. My very original channel was just called JeffMara, and that's out there still. And that was a completely children's. Well, it started out whatever until about 2010, and then I started making Thomas the Train videos with my son, and it took off. So I just did kitty stuff for many years, and now my kids are too old to be doing that, and things have changed within the ecosystem, or not really the ecosystem, but with the government, that it makes it harder to make money with children's content. That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways, so I converted that channel. If you see the Jeff Mara channel now, I unbox stuff. I've just kind of been doing this so long that people from China send me their products all the time. And instead of my kids unboxing toys, it's me unboxing stuff. And anyways, yeah. So the Jeff Mara Kitchen, I've been trying to do, well, maybe I can do healthier stuff. At least maybe the broccoli sprouts have brought me that kind of traffic, people who are more interested into healthier cooking or whatever. So I decided, okay, gluten-free is kind of a pretty popular thing. And I saw this thing, okay, well, and I have kids in school that, if you have kids in school, you'll note that there's always a kid now in class that, when someone has a birthday party and they bring donuts or cakes for someone, there's always someone unfortunately left out because they need something gluten-free. And I saw these gluten-free cookies and I thought, okay, well, wait, how about, here's a gluten-free cookie ice cream sandwich I can make or something.
That's a great video. I saw that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
and the problem is, maybe, I don't know if Chef is still there, but I experiment as I do the video, and I probably shouldn't be doing that.
Hey, Chef, you still there?
But yeah, so broccoli sprouts. So do you like make sandwiches, salads with that, or how do you consume it?
Well, here's the trick, and this is good that you brought this up, that the high concentration in broccoli sprouts will only last for 5 days. And after that, they go back down to the same concentration as broccoli. So you have this very small window of time to consume it. So if you watch the video, it shows that it takes 5 days to make it. And the day that it's made is day 1 that you can start eating it. And you can't really leave it out because it's going to spoil, right? Or we could get, bacteria or whatever. So day 1, my wife and I'll just eat it. I like it. I'll just take a handful and put it in my mouth and chew it and eat it. But I believe you could put it on like a cream cheese sandwich would be great, or any type of
I've mixed it
sandwich.
into tuna and it gives it a nice crunch.
I was thinking BLT type stuff, or tuna salad.
Yeah. And I just misspoke, and I just realized that here's a tip for everybody is when you're consuming broccoli sprouts, you cannot consume it with dairy because the casein protein in dairy blocks the absorption of the sulforaphane.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, good to know.
And so that's one thing. And so anyways, to get back to your question, so we'll eat it raw the first day and then we'll freeze it and put it in little baggies for the next 4 days. And actually the freezing process breaks down the cell wall even more. So, and now day 2, 3, 4, and 5, it's 200 times the potency than 100 times. And generally it ends up pretty mushy. So what we'll do is we'll make like a shake or a smoothie with it, and we'll put it in the smoothie, and we'll add fresh turmeric because fresh turmeric is super powered antioxidants. And that's a tip for you guys, that powdered turmeric only has a life of 30 days upon processing. And and you probably have no idea when they processed it unless you have the actual date on there. So in our smoothies, we put fresh turmeric in the smoothie. And so now we're and I think sulforaphane is like a massive antioxidant. So you use the sulforaphane, we use fresh turmeric. And now one other tip is your liver blocks the absorption of the turmeric. So to counteract that, you've got to put black pepper in the smoothie.
So what's your favorite smoothie recipe?
There's a video there.
Yes, I got to look at that one.
Yeah, and it's basically, we use almond milk instead of soy milk. I mean, milk, regular milk, because you don't want to, you can't use dairy. So you did, and you could probably even use water, just something that, you've got to get some liquid in there, right? And
I'm a fan of hemp milk.
I've never tried that.
Yeah.
That might be delicious. So, you got your turmeric, we got our broccoli seeds, we got almond milk, and we'll put a little bit, you need a little bit, I think it's always good to have a little bit of oil that also kind of helps the absorption. So you can put walnuts, pecans, maybe a little bit of avocado, that'll get a little bit of oil. And then it's up to you, berries, fruits,
Excellent.
Yeah.
First
Just go the smoothie route. Yeah.
The smoothie route.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, chef.
Yes.
What do you think? What would you make with those broccoli sprouts? Or we've had the radish sprouts.
Yeah, I immediately, especially with our family, we would eat it all the first day. As soon as it sprouts up, there'd be a salad, and there it goes. So it'd be salad, sandwich, and that kind of stuff. And I would be really interested in trying it in the smoothie action, though, and freezing it like that. I would have never even thought of that. I would have just tried to eat. Yeah, I would have just tried to eat it up as fast as it grew.
Are you growing them at home, Chef?
We grow various. We haven't grown the broccoli, or have we? We tried different ones, but
this past winter, we experimented with several different kinds of seeds, alfalfa, broccoli, radish, and there were a couple other kinds that we were just thumbs down on those, and I can't remember what they were, but definitely for sure the broccoli and the radish were the ones that went the quickest.
Yeah, and we have a tortoise who likes that kind of stuff too, so as well, we eat it and she eats it up.
Yep, she sure does.
That's great.
Awesome. So I want to thank you, Jeff, for being on the podcast.
Do you mind me interrupting 1 second? Are you guys husband and wife here?
Oh, no. We're brother and sister.
Okay, I wasn't really sure. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just like, you guys seem to know each other very well, and you said you're new, and I thought, okay, maybe he's in the next room on his phone, or
he
so
is.
you can do it together or something. I wasn't really sure. Doesn't matter. I'm just curious.
No, yeah, curiosity. No, she's my sister. I'm the older brother. There's 8 of us in the family.
Wow, that's amazing. Are you in Chicago as well?
Yeah, we're like in the far west, like the Rockford area, closer to Rockford than Chicago.
You guys don't. First of all, I can say I've only been to Chicago once, but I loved Chicago. I really liked it a lot. I thought it was a great city, and I hope to visit it again.
When did you visit?
Oh, gosh. It was like around 1998, 99.
Chicago was good then.
I flew in for a chiropractic seminar. I guess I was at O'Hare, staying in a hotel around O'Hare. And then, like, on my time off, I took the subway or the tram and took it downtown, and checked out the Sears Tower and had a slice of Chicago pizza.
Awesome. Yeah.
And I found it was interesting was my hair's long now. It used to be short, but maybe there's a huge Polish community. Because
there is.
Someone asked me at that time as if I was Polish, and I said no. I wasn't offended.
Oh yeah.
I thought, oh no, I'm not. But thanks for asking.
Chicago has the biggest Polish community in the world. There is not a city in Poland that has more Polish people.
Wow, I didn't know that. There is Texas down here, as a lot of immigrants came from through the Gulf of Mexico, and there is a town very close to here, very small town called St. Hedwig. And I don't know if it's the first Polish community, or I know it's the oldest in Texas.
Very cool. Excellent to go get that sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we live for that. Yeah.
I noticed you guys don't have much of a Chicago accent, though.
Well, we're our suburbs. Yeah.
We've had it trained out of us. Yeah.
Chicago cheese on it, or.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Let's go down to the Loop, check out some LSD, Lakeshore Drive. Go heading down south.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
No, that's how it is, though.
So let's close out. I want to thank you, Jeff, for being on the podcast, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the videos that you have coming out, especially around the food part. And yeah, thanks so much for being here. And Ken, don't forget
Yes, and we
to.
hope to. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook. And don't forget to keep on working on your recipe books out there, which we have to get our videos going on. And that's about it, right?
Awesome. We're going to see you next time. Thanks for being with us.